There was a young man who stopped talking, not because he was angry, not because he was sick, but because he realized something most people never do. Words were his biggest enemy. This is his story. His name was Arjun, 23 years old, engineering student. Average life. But inside, he was drowning. Every day he talked. A lot. He complained about his luck. He argued with his parents. He made promises to his friends he never kept. He posted motivational quotes online while scrolling for hours in bed. He said he wanted to change. He said he would start tomorrow. He said a lot of things, but nothing ever changed. Because Arjun didn't have a discipline problem. He had a noise problem. His own voice was lying to him, and he didn't even know it. One evening, after failing another exam, his father sat him down. "Arjun, what do you actually want in life?" Arjun opened his mouth, ready to explain, ready to defend himself. But his father raised his hand. "No, don't speak. Just listen to yourself for once." That night, Arjun couldn't sleep. He replayed his father's words. Listen to yourself. But when he tried, all he heard was noise. Excuses, complaints, fake confidence, empty plans. He realized something terrifying. He had been talking his whole life, but he had never actually listened to what he was saying. His words were just distractions from the truth, from the pain, from the work he was avoiding. The next morning, Arjun made a decision. He would stop talking, completely, for 7 days. No explanations, no arguments, no promises. Just silence. Day 1 was easy. Day 2, people started asking questions. "Why are you so quiet? Are you okay?" He just smiled, nodded, and stayed silent. By day 3, something strange happened. Without his voice defending him, he started seeing himself clearly. He saw how much time he wasted explaining why he couldn't do things. He saw how he used words to escape responsibility. He saw how talking about his goals made him feel like he was achieving them without actually doing anything. On day 5, he sat alone in his room. No phone, no music, no distractions. Just him and his thoughts. And for the first time in years, he didn't try to talk his way out of them. He let the uncomfortable truth sit there. I am not the person I pretend to be. I've been lying to everyone, including myself. And my words? They've been my escape. That realization hit him like a punch to the chest. He didn't cry, he didn't break down. He just accepted it. And in that silence, something shifted. On day 7, Arjun spoke again, but he was different. His words were slower, fewer, heavier. He didn't make big promises anymore. He didn't argue to win. He didn't explain himself to people who didn't ask. Instead, he started doing. He woke up early, not because he told someone he would, but because he decided to. He studied, not to prove anything, but because it mattered. He apologized to his father, not with a long speech, just 3 words. "You were right." His father looked at him, and for the first time in years, he saw his son clearly. Not the loud, defensive boy, but the man who had finally learned to listen. Weeks passed. Arjun didn't talk about his goals anymore. He just worked on them, quietly. And slowly, people noticed. Not because of what he said, but because of who he was becoming. Silence taught Arjun something most people never learn. Your words can become your prison. When you talk too much, you trick your mind into thinking you're making progress. When you explain too much, you waste the energy you need to actually change. When you defend yourself too much, you stop being honest with yourself. Silence isn't weakness. It's clarity. It's control. It's the space where real transformation happens. Most people are afraid of silence, because in silence, you can't hide from who you really are. But if you're brave enough to face it, that's when everything changes. Arjun still talks, but now his words mean something, because he learned the hardest lesson of all. You don't need to speak to prove you're changing. You just need to change, and the world will see it without you saying a word. If this story touched something inside you, if you've ever felt trapped by your own words, then like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more stories that make you think deeper. Because sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is stay silent and let your actions speak.